Hello everyone, this is Ashee from Crafting with Ashee and welcome to this video. This is the gorgeous card we're making today. I hope you like it. It's a lovely bunch of flowers, spring, summer birthday card. So let's get started. The stamp set we're going to be using is this one called Flowers of Beauty, and it's a two-step stamping, and we're going to be using the stems and those little bunches of flowers in the far right hand corner at the bottom. And we're going to be using some lovely new ink colours. We're going to be using Petal Pink, Petunia Pop, Shy Shamrock and Summer Splash. And we're going to just do some stamping using all of my scraps of basic white that I could scrounge together. So let's start. We're going to start off with some Summer Splash and we're going to ink up our stem. And I'm going to stamp 3 stems. So ink this up again. And you can see here I'm really using up my scraps, making the best use of my cardstock, not wanting to waste anything at all because we're crafters, we don't like to waste things. Okay, so clean that up, and I've just got my simple chamois here by my side for easy cleanup. And now we're going to use the other piece of the stem. So I'm just going to pick this up using my block. I'm just doing it on the diagonal because it gives me the biggest length. And now we're going to stamp using our Shy Shamrock. And these are really easy to line up. Just need to get your head right over the stamp. So sorry my head's in the camera, but you just need to get right over so that you can see straight through your stamp and look down, and then just press down and hold and lift, and it should be perfect. So there we go. And last but not least, do the last one here, and I've got ink all over my block. We'll give that a nice clean up now using the simple chamois. I could not live without this thing. It really makes cleanup a doddle, and they're really easy to clean as well themselves. You can just bung them in the washing machine and they're clean, or just hand wash them, whatever takes your fancy. Okay, so that is our stems stamped. Now we're going to do our florals, and these stamp as one piece, but they're die cut out as lots of little pieces so that you can arrange them on your card or on your stems, however the fancy takes you. So I'm going to again stamp this 3 times, and I'm just stamping that in Petal Pink. So just getting the next piece out here, and I just lay it down on my block on the grid paper, pick it up with my block, and that way I make sure I don't actually manipulate the stamp in any way, so it makes it much easier to make sure everything lines up. Just look through, but it is a sketchy set, so don't worry if things go wrong. You can always stamp again, and there's always a way to fix it. It's just another opportunity to be creative, as I always say. Okay, so that is our stamping of our florals done. Now we're just going to quickly stamp our sentiment, and our sentiment is Happy Birthday, and that's from the Simply Said stamp set. And we're going to stamp this as well in Petunia Pop on another scrap piece. And we're going to cut everything out using the matching dies that I just showed you. And by the magic of video editing, here is everything cut out. So we've got our lovely 3 stems, and then we've got all of our florals here in the little tub, which I'm just going to put out. As you can see, I cut out my sentiment just freehand using my trimmer. Now I'm just sorting my florals out and making sure I sort of have them all like with like, so that I use them, because I want to use them all sort of in the same way. So I'm just keeping like with like, and you can see here I should have 3 of every type, which I do. And now I'm just going to go through with my Tombow Mono adhesive, put some glue down, and we are just going to start to place our florals, to be honest, wherever the fancy takes us. I'm not really paying much attention. I'm just putting it down where it looks good to my eye. You can use your fingers as I'm doing here, or you could also use the take your pick tool that you can see there to my right hand side of my hand. It's really up to you. And I'm just putting these down as I said, as the fancy takes me, I'm not paying any attention. I do love these floral stamp sets. I'm a sucker for anything flowery. So when I saw this in the catalogue, I was a very happy girl. Um, I do love my flowers in real life as well. Um, I film these quite far ahead of time, but I've actually been planting out in the garden busy lizzies and geraniums. And I planted out 80 little busy lizzies into the tubs on the patio, and I've planted out some geraniums into our hanging baskets as well. And I'm about to go and get some herbs, because my herbs didn't fare very well over the winter. It was just too wet. And so I'm going to plant some new herbs, some parsley, some rosemary, and some thyme as well. So not only do I like my florals and my cards, I like them in real life as well. So now I'm just deciding how I want my little bunches to go. And I'm just going to put a little bit of glue so I can put my little bunch together. And then we have a little bouquet of floral stems. And I'm just going to put that there. And then I'm going to get some of my linen thread. I've had this for a while. And I'm just going to wrap it around the bottom stem a few times, as you can see. And then I'm going to attempt to tie a bow. And attempt is a very good word here because my fingers are all gluey and sticky, and trying to tie a bow is a bit like impossible for me. So I did that off camera so you didn't have to watch me struggle and struggle and struggle again. So now we're ready to assemble our card, and our card base here is boho blue. So the standard A6 card base, that's an A4 sheet cut in half and then folded in half. And then I've got a piece here of basic white cardstock that's going to measure 14.35 centimeters by 10. And we're going to use that for the insert. And I have a piece here as well of the Country Lace Designer Series paper, and that measures the same. So that's going to go on the outside, as you can see here. And then the basic white is going to go on the inside for our insert. Now, I don't usually typically do anything with my insert. I don't decorate it. I just leave it blank so you can write your own personal message there. Because I always find if I decorate it, then I don't have enough space to write my message. So there we go. So that's the outside done. So now we're going to bring in our focal image here. And I've put some dimensionals on the back of this, and I've already taken the backings off camera so that you didn't have to watch me do all of that. So I'm just going to stick that down like that. And then here is our sentiment, which also has some dimensionals on the back. And I'm just going to take the backing off that, and then I'm just going to place this somewhere here at the base. There we go, and I'm just fiddling with my linen thread again. Can't leave well alone. Okay, so now time for some little embellishments. And the embellishments I'm going to use today are the In Colour Shimmer Gems. And we're just going to use a few of these scattered around. So I'm just going to get my pokey tool, which I find is so useful to do that. And I think here I'm just using a variety of different colours. So I've got Petunia Pop, Petal Pink, and then some Shy Shamrock and some Summer Splash. So all the colours I've used in the focal image, I'm using again here in my um, um, in my embellishments, I should say. I couldn't think of my words there. And I obviously decided to change where I wanted those to go, so I kept everything on a diagonal. And one more, and there we go. Enough is good as a feast. Okay, so there we are. So let's put those away to the side, and there we have our card, and then we have our second card. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, I'd be grateful if you could give it a thumbs up so YouTube know, and please don't forget to subscribe to future videos. If you wanted more information about the project, the supply list, the measurements, etc., it's all on the blog post on my website, and the links to that and all my social media links are in the description box below. So thank you again, and until next time, enjoy being creative. Bye.